Okay folks, just an early week update. I'm hoping to get some videos and things uploaded soon from the high quality camera, but the computer's got a bit of a virus. So do I at the moment. I've got a bit of this, it's actually a stomach virus or something. It's going around work. I think 90% of metal shop's out and so am I. So I'm just mucking around at the moment while I'm still good. I just wanted to see what was going on with that Range Rover distributors today, and I'll just post an update on what I've done on it so far. And that's what's left of that motor. I've used steel brushes. Kind of made a mess. That one's scrapped. Alright, well I played around with this a bit and fixed up some vacuum lines, cleaned the throttle body and everything. Lagged this up with some tape just to stop the air leak. And it runs a lot more positively, but it's still misfiring and sputtering and carrying on. And that's the next culprit. Definitely probably an ignition problem now. It sounds like the Datsun engine. The Datsun, I've got to rotate the ignition way off its normal position before it'll fire normally. So maybe the drive gear's stripped or something, or distributor cap's tracing and it's firing back to the wrong cylinder. Inside the crankcase is a bit nastier than I first thought. I've left this open overnight after warming it up, and moisture's all evaporated off, and it's just sort of, yeah. It's only a tiny bit of moisture, but it's just dirt and crap that's been sucked in through that breather up there. There's supposed to be a bit of foam over this breather, but it's all gone, and it's just been sucking dust in. That's what a lot of that brown is, along with engine soot. It's oxidised with the water. That's why old engine oil goes brown, milky brown when it gets water in it. It's just oxidised oil residue, not so much direct rust from the internal components. It's just, that's what happens when your PCV stuffs up. Like, there's no airflow through that thing. I pulled the hose off once before and it didn't do anything, because that end was blocked and that end's blocked. So that's got to come off. It's just a screw canister. Clean that out, get it breathing properly again. Run it, change the oil, run it again for a while, change the oil and oil filters. I bought 3 oil filters, 3 bottles of oil. I'm just going to put them all through it. So yeah, that's what this is up to, and it's about how it's going to stay for a while. Even though there's moisture in the top end, it's just from all these little short runs. That's all this car's ever had. Crankcase oil, although it's dark, it does not have moisture or water in it. It hasn't gone milky, wasn't milky after a run, so there's still life left in the old girl. If not, well, might be able to buy a 350 V8. That would be fun. Then this thing could really get up and go. Really. These things just hammer along with a 350 V8 in them. Injectors are okay. We've got one weeping injector up the back there. That hose there that was on that canister was stuffed, so I've jammed a bit of fuel hose on for now. That's only a vacuum thing again. Vacuum line to that fuel pressure regulator was completely destroyed, so it was running rich at idle. Vacuum plug for the distributor advance and retard was almost completely blocked. Yeah, I just got to pull the distributor out maybe and have a good look at it. At least take the cap off it. That's another time. Right now I just need rest, so stay tuned for more in a few days or a week, whenever. Yeah, the boots on the leads and the cap weren't sealing properly. There was definitely moisture in there. It's been in there for a while. There's rust under the rotor and everything. And that's just nasty. There's a bit I cleaned. There'll be tracing. The points are all burnt out. I'm just going to get a new one. I'll clean this one up for now, but I'll eventually get a new one. Yeah, it's fun of working on high milers. It's all good though. I'll just sit down and clean this and then get some R&R. Yeah, if you're trying to refurbish an old cap, it's always good to scrub back these points with a bit of fine tape, emery cloth or sandpaper. I'm only using 180. It's got a whole box full of the stuff, so I might as well use it. Good stuff too. It's made in Finland. And sheets are always cheaper by the box. No use buying one or two at $2 something each when you can buy a whole box of about 50 or 100 for half the price. So, yeah, I'll give these a good clean up, chuck it back on and hell, since I'm still feeling sort of alright, I might as well start her up and see what she does. I don't know if that water's done permanent damage to the distributor though. I'd say it might have. It's an electronic distributor. But, yeah, I'll give her a clean up. Something tells me this PCV is blocked. That's just nasty. Even there's an oil trap plate under the rocker cover, and even that's covered with this gooey, dirty muck. Yeah. It's funny how the engine still works alright with all that crap in it. But, yeah, I've been buying bottles of oil, so I'll just keep flushing it out with oil. If not, well, yeah, cut my losses and throw a bigger V8 into it. Yeah, that's just bad. Well, even after that little fix-up, the old girl is a lot happier. She just started straight away. There's still a flat spot on acceleration, but only just. That's just a fuel-air mixture issue, a MAF meter issue. The air conditioner still isn't working, but we can fix that and rework it and install new R134A dryer and TX valve. Gotta fix the handbrake. I just realised the cable's busted off. Easy enough to pull that off and put a new cable through. Fix the temp gauge, although water temperature's fine, she's not overheating. Bottom hose is coolish. The viscous coupling is a bit out of order, so it's running all the time. Aircon fans all work. Yeah, she's a very happy little car now. Power steering's working. And not leaking either. I fixed the leak. It's just the suction hose on the pump and the return hose back to tank. They both worked loose, so I've tightened them up and I'll just source some new ones for now. Need new tyres. That one keeps going down. Before you wouldn't be able to do that. Well, the pump's pretty flogged from cavitating. Previous owner ran it dry plenty of times, so I think I'll get a new power steering pump and she'll be like a one finger turn. Even now she still is. So yeah. Nothing coming through the aircon. It's an R12 system, so I'll convert it. That off to dry out the crankcase. Cover's busted. Just a air operated potentiometer. Really simple. No drift yet. That hasn't cycled off yet. There's no pressure left. Yeah, I got a bit to do, but at least I know I've got oil pressure. I use the multimeter as my oil pressure light. Just set its continuity and go from the oil pressure sender tag, the spade terminal, to ground. Like I disconnected the feed that goes up to here and went positive lead to oil pressure sender, negative lead to battery ground, like chassis ground. As soon as I started her up, multimeter stayed on continuity for a second and then open circuit, just like it should. So no The oil pump hasn't been ruined, but yeah, she's overdue for oil changes and things, so I've got some new filters and bottles of oil. I'll do 3 oil changes within the next couple of months. Might be getting a little bit of cold now, but I think it's just out of gas. That aircon's leaking. So, thanks for watching. Wheel just unclips, really easy. Gotta clean that coil up. That's the transmission cooler. Well, apart from the aircon needing a re-gas, the horn doesn't work either. And that radiator's pretty blocked behind it. But it's got to come out for rebuild anyway. That's coolant leakage down the sides there. I think I might get it re-cored by the look of that. The horn terminals are on it, but I don't know if the electrics inside the cabin are working. Let's see. Yeah. It's one of those little things to fix. Auto cooler's working too.